Hey folks, Dr. Willie Jolly,
And this is Dee Taylor-Jolley.
and we're the Jolleys, Happily Married Monday with the Jolleys. For those who are just joining us, we are welcoming you, Lottie, Dottie, and everybody from around the world. Last week we had people from Paris and Greece, and this week we got you and me.
Washington, D.C.
Washington, D.C. And it's time for a comeback. How you like that? A setback set up for a comeback. I decided to wear my setback set up for a comeback shirt. So we're waiting for people to join us. Gretchen Williams and DeWard Sanders and David Robinson. We are live. We're good. Jay Mender, good. Okay, we're on Happily Married Monday with the Jolleys.
So you have a new camera. So you
got a brand new camera. We're trying to upgrade. This is a television quality camera. We're adding new things every week. We're going to be adding new sound so you can hear. Okay, great. Cheryl says we're up and we're good. Okay, thank you. I would say to her, thank you. All right, so I'm Dr. Willie Jolly, and this is Dee Taylor-Jolley. We're the Jolleys, and we're the authors of. Oh, we didn't have it out. So my wife didn't come downstairs on time.
We're a real relationship here.
It's a real deal relationship. We're the authors of the book, Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last. 10 Secrets for Shaping a Great Marriage. And I think we have a great marriage. She has her moments where she
I've got my moments. Her sense of humor is everything in this relationship. Let me just say that to you.
So, hoping, and moping, part 2. And we want to make sure we talk about some things. There's some things I want to make sure you're aware of. There's an article, Los Angeles Times, about how to keep from becoming a coronavirus divorce statistic. And what it focuses on is that everybody is having stress or stressors now because everything's different. Everything in the world is different right now. Our world is different. I did 11 radio interviews this morning on a national radio, what we call a radio tour. And with a radio tour, national radio tour, I'm on the phone, and every 5 or 7 minutes now. 10 minutes. 10 minutes. A phone would ring and I'd answer it, and they say, okay, you got 1 minute, we're going to have you on. And I'd do another 5 or 6 minute interview, get a cup of water, and do another one. And that went on for hours. So I told people what we are in the times of this time. We're in a pandemic. We're at the same time we've had an economic downturn where people have lost jobs. People have been isolated and had to stay home. And then we had a racial strife issue and social upheaval. And I said, so much is going on. I'm waiting for the locusts. Where are they coming? They must be coming soon. So we got so much going on. But and everybody would laugh at that, obviously. But that was a joke. But main thing is to say that this is a time of great stress. So with this situation with great stress, there are other issues that come from that. And that's what we want to talk about tonight. Some of those issues that people might be stressing. So I want you to put in the chat some of the things you might be dealing with. Now, a couple of things that were very important that I wanted to make sure we talked about, that many people in China thought this would be the start of a post-coronavirus baby boom. What they had found, there was a post-coronavirus divorce boom. That many people realized that they didn't communicate well. And with that lack of communication,
they couldn't stand each other.
Well, they couldn't stand each other because they didn't have a way to communicate.
Or they realized it just got on each other's nerves and they didn't want to be with each other anymore.
So here's some of the things that they brought out in this article. Part of the reason we're driving each other up the wall is that we're all trapped in the same walls. And if you don't communicate, those walls start closing in on you. So most people, their homes are set up to be places where they can unwind from a very stressful day. But if you don't go out or don't come in, but we're used to it. I guess part of that because we've been working from home for 20 years. So, but here's the thing. Everybody usually has some valve releases. I like that word. Escape valves in their schedule, in their life.
So how do you escape your mate if you're both working at home together?
That's it. Most people have escape valves that they typically like going to the gym.
Ideas.
Going to the gym, getting a manicure, going to the movies, visiting friends or relatives.
So how do you get escape release now?
Those are unavailable. So what do you do for a escape valve, an escape valve release? What do you do then? Well, what we've had to do is she goes out walking, and she goes out before day and takes her little stick. You still take your stick every day?
See, he wouldn't know because he's not awake. But anyway, so
I did. Stop. Oh, before we get started, everybody do me a favor. Hit watch party. Start a watch party. Wherever you are, start a watch party. And start sending out feelers, tell people join in. Because we want to talk to everybody about it.
I want to know how other people relieve their stress.
Well, how are you relieving your stress? I clean up
being around your mate. He sweeps now.
He said, look what he keep doing what I do. I clean up a room that she's not in or take a walk.
Yes.
Yeah, I've been sweeping.
He has been sweeping. He really has been.
I've been sweeping up and making sure.
And his office is so much cleaner because he has dust balls everywhere.
We got Gretchen says walking is an excellent choice. Hey, Kevin Thole, I've been quoting you, talking about you. You're awesome. He's
I like
St.
that's
Louis.
A stress reliever early in the morning. I like walking up.
So let me show you about love. Love. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers, by the way, yesterday. Hope you had a great Father's Day. But this is some love. So yesterday morning.
Oh, see Kevin. Hey.
Yeah. All right. So yesterday morning, my wife came over to my side of the bed and put my Father's Day card on my side of the bed on my nightstand, and then she gave me a little kiss. And I said, how you doing? Thank you. And she said, are you awake? She just wants me to talk to her. Whenever I say something, she says, are you awake? Can we have a conversation now? This is 6 a.m. She said, are you awake? I said, nah. She said, do you want to walk with me today? Now, she asks me that every day. Do you want to walk with me today? No, I don't. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. So she says, okay. I said, but I will walk with you once. I start sitting up. She said, oh, because you were willing to walk. I mean so much to me. You don't have to.
You can go back to sleep.
You can go back to sleep. I said, thank you. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. I went pulled, but at this time, about 6:20, I said, you know what? I'm getting up. I got up. I said, I'll walk with you on Father's Day. My pleasure. And so we went, and she drove down to her little weekend, which is at the Kennedy.
A weekend walk.
Down there, right near
on the mall, near the Kennedy Center.
Well, it's actually right in front of the Lincoln Memorial. That's where behind the Lincoln Memorial.
And there are like 40 steps you can climb.
And there are these steps you can climb. And we climbed up and down the step. We walked over to Arlington National Cemetery, walked back. It took an hour. And then she said, let's drive around. And we rode around. And
I was driving.
She was driving because I wasn't that good.
He prefers bike riding. I haven't mastered that yet.
I wasn't cognitive at that point. Cogent. What's the right word?
You weren't awake.
I wasn't quite there. But by the time I walked, I was. But anyway, we walked, and so that was how we started our Father's Day. We ended up having a great Father's Day. My son brought dinner. But it's that time together. So how do you communicate? What are your escape valves? What are you doing? Some people walk. Some people clean up the room. Some people do other things. But what
I love the fact that he sweeps up the room. And he does, because he doesn't normally do any of that. So this has really been very helpful.
And one person said they noticed something about their spouse. We had a conversation with somebody who said, my spouse, I didn't know when they get into work mode, they change. She said he changes. He's very focused. Where he's usually just, bopping around the house. When he gets to work mode, and then another person said, my wife, when she goes into work mode, she is no nonsense. Now, we can be laughing, but she's on the phone, it's no nonsense. And it's interesting how those things, now how do you handle those? How are you communicating through those? Are you talking about it? It's critically important that you talk through you have some communication through these challenging times. Exercise. Gretchen says she prays, she exercises. So many households there. One of the things, though, we have to say this is very serious, is that there's not only been an uptick in some divorces, but there's been an uptick in domestic violence. And that's,
you touched on that one other time.
and I want to make sure that people are aware.
Give me the 800 number.
I want to give that to them right now. If that is an issue, then you have it right there. It wasn't on
No,
there.
I don't.
Okay, I had it here. I had it here. Is that I want you to call the domestic violence hotline. Here it is. In some cases, the added stress has escalated domestic violence, even with wide shutdowns. There are resources available for people experiencing it. If your spouse is being abusive, verbally or otherwise, call 800-799-SAFE. 800-799-SAFE. Somebody put that in the chat so everybody else can see it as well.
Oh, that's good.
Do that in the chat for me. For the National Domestic Violence Hotline, 1-800-799-SAFE.
And then some people stay because they feel they don't have any place else to go. They have no place else to go.
So what are y'all doing? What are you all doing around here, around the world? We want more people. Remember, hit that watch party. Hit that watch party. If you got your a setback set up for a comeback T-shirt, you can.
And what do I do? I organize.
She organizes, and we talk through it. Now we must be honest. We had a disagreement this evening.
This evening.
Now we don't argue. We laugh. I actually laugh. Thank you, Kevin. Thank you. 1-800-799-SAFE.
Oh, thank you.
Now, we had a disagreement because Cheryl and I, Cheryl is my VP of technology, and I said, we had such a great response. Thank you, Felicia and Olympia. Thank you so much. We had such a great response from last week. People shared last week's show. It kept reverberating. People were like really loving it about coping, hoping, or moping. And so I said we need to do that again because we didn't get to everything. But my wife, you know, she is Miss Financial. I can't complain because the reason I can sleep at night because she is a genius and she puts money away when we were making money. Thank you, Gretchen. She was putting money away when we had a lot of business going on. She was taking a little bit and putting it away. So when this thing hit, we had some money that I didn't even know about. That is how she is. She's an organized financial. She's got all of that organizing. But she wanted to go ahead to another topic, particularly about.
I wanted to talk about
finances.
The fact that we are at the halfway point of the year.
Almost.
And that we need to reset our goals. So that's what I was talking to Willie about earlier. I'm like, we're 6 months in. The pandemic has caused havoc and confusion. Where are most of us, even as couples, in terms of are we on target with our goals? Because I think at the beginning
would y'all like to hear that next?
We had talked about
how many would like for us to focus on that next week? Would that be okay? How many?
And wait, and I wanted to talk about the fact that what many people don't talk about is that only 49% of the people have wills and trusts. I mean, you have people who are dying still. There are thousands of people who are dying, and some of these people are dying intestate. Without a will, without a plan, and people are upside down. And that's a topic that people don't talk about. We have a will, have a revised will, and have a revised will because I'm anal. And I just think that's
true.
Something very
Let me tell you, when she says she's anal, let it be known. She's not telling no lies. She is anal.
Olympia agrees with me. Yes, she's the expert. Olympia says smart lady. I'm just saying that these are topics.
That's Ashley. Hey, Ashley, love you.
Hey, Ashley.
We love Ashley.
Yes.
All right, smart lady, thank you for that. Now, let me tell you this, folks. Start a watch party.
I'm not saying one thing. I'm just saying that needs to be part of an ongoing conversation, marriage and money. But even if you are by yourself.
All right, so That's what we would
You need
disagree
to be
on.
able to take care of yourself. Or you need to have things outlined so somebody else will know how to take care of you. What if you got sick? What if you got the coronavirus because you out shaking hands and bumping fists and talking to people?
Go ahead, do it.
Huh?
Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead, do it. Go ahead for everybody. They're waiting for you. Go ahead. Do it. One time. Come on, do it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm not.
Come on. How was I when I go out to the place to see you? How you doing? Hey, is that Willie Jolleys?
So you know what? I'm angst on the other side because I'm not going out. I think 2024 is when I'm going to go out. That's the year, 2024.
Look.
So until such time, he's in a position because he's out flaunting himself here, there, and everywhere. He could bring back. So I have to spray him with the Lysol when he comes in.
So I went to last Wednesday. I went to a social distance reception, and I had my mask because they wanted me to say a few words. And it was quite a prestigious place to be invited to speak and say a few words. Very, very prestigious.
And I said, no, I was not going.
She said, I'm not going.
I said, is it going to be on Zoom? Are we zooming this? If not, I am not going to be there.
And so I went, and Lord, I came in. She was.
I had the Lysol can, and I just sprayed the whole area that he could walk through. So here's what I'm saying. As much as we laugh and make fun, there are some fundamental things that we all need to be prepared for.
Yes.
We need to talk about, we talk about sex all the time. We need to talk about our money. We need to talk about how we are protecting each other. And if you and if one member partner gets sick and you don't even know how to access the bank account.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
How to access the investments. Now we have the household account and we each have individual accounts and we know the account, the passwords and everything, but ongoing conversations.
So we were disagreeing, as you said.
So we were disagreeing as to what we should talk about this evening.
And she said, you can do the show by yourself.
I'm going to stay in my room. Obviously, we have a sense of humor.
So what y'all learned from that? This Sunday, we will celebrate 35 years of marriage. This Sunday. And the reason is because
I am such a calm, patient, easygoing woman.
Oh, Lord. Anybody who knows her know that she is not easygoing. She's like a general. She's a drill sergeant. But our humor, our communication, and the fact we talked about it. I said, you fell in love with this topic about wills and stuff. We can do that later. We gotta finish off the other part. So Cheryl and I.
So communication. How
do y'all communicate? And if you do not communicate, there's going to be problems in your relationship. I can guarantee you. So remember the big three things: sex, money, communication.
I think we should have said humor too. Because I really think that really significantly makes a difference in our relationship.
So here's what the Los Angeles Times article said about communicating. Open communication is more important now than ever because you are more concentrated. If something's bothering you, you must talk about it. Don't expect your partner to read your mind, which we've said about in the book. You did not marry a mind reader. By the way, if you don't have the book, we're telling you, get 2 copies now. One for you and your significant other. Y'all go through it chapter by chapter, and at the end of each chapter, we want you to talk about what you learned about the other person in that chapter, or yourself, whatever. So it's really hard for couples to negotiate chores and workload on the fly, in the moment. To whatever extent couples can try to plan ahead and do that in calm moments. We're eating all our meals inside the house. We need to divvy up who's doing the cooking, washing the dishes, or you'll go nuts.
But some people don't want to do that.
That's true. So that's why you got to communicate with them.
But even after you've communicated, some people don't want to do it. So now what?
Then y'all have some negotiating to do. Now, I washed the dishes. I usually didn't wash the dishes.
It's just kind of like this whole thing where we're going to discuss who's going to do the dishes. Well, I learned a long time ago that wasn't even an issue on the table.
Here's the answer to what you said. If you can't control what other people do or their moods, but you can be aware of your own.
Right.
If you feel yourself getting heated, upset, mad, find some of that critical alone time. Take a bath, go for a walk, or drive, or just announce you're going to be in another room for a little while and you need a little me time.
Find a way to see the funny in it. That is how I have learned how to deal with you.
That's true.
I had to develop a sense of humor because I am anal about everything.
About everything.
And I quit.
Oh, stop. About everything. She's anal about everything.
But I have learned to lighten up because I like being with you. But there are certain habits that get on my nerves.
Point and learning point. Don't tighten up. Lighten up. Lighten up.
And that's for me, that's really a chore.
Lighten up. Oh, lighten up. Great.
Developing a sense of humor is really very important. And I'm really serious about that. So we should have said what? Sex, money, communication. And in the communication, developing a sense of humor or being able to even laugh at yourself. And for me, that is very important. Now, I don't necessarily agree with everything in the article. Hello? I don't agree. Like how to divvy up the who's going to wash the dishes, who's going. For years, you had no interest in being in the kitchen at all. So there was no, are you going to wash the dishes? Are you going to?
I was always focused on making some money so I could give her the lifestyle.
But I worked too.
You do.
The thing was, that wasn't an interest, and I didn't feel the need to pressure you to do something that you really didn't want to do. Okay?
Yeah.
But you did other things.
I did other
things. I just took that off the plate. I just chose not to even go there.
Another one she took off the plate was yard work.
And you told me I cut grass as a kid and made money and I'm not interested. And you did it. And I was like, oh, okay, I'll take that off the plate.
Took it off the plate.
So then that meant I garden because I like it and have a gardener even though I ask every I can't keep a garden.
She can't keep a garden. I told you she's anal about everything. It takes a man like myself.
No, I like things a certain way. And if you don't get all the weeds over here.
Moses said it's called a dishwasher. Hallelujah, Moses. Hallelujah. New technology, dishwashers. Put them things in the dishwasher.
Moses, do you know he does not know how to start the dishwasher? And it's okay. I'm like, he says, well, how do I put this? I said, it's okay, sweetheart. And since he has now started cooking, because I have become more of a vegetarian.
Vegan, eat grass. Here's how she does. She go outside, find some little glass on the ground and pulls it up and washes it.
No. So since I really eat more vegetables than anything else and the meat is more of a condiment and he doesn't like the way I cook it, he cooks the particular meat more of the salmon.
No, I'm just talking about salmon, pan-seared salmon, pan-seared scallops.
Yes. So
Asian
he does
salad,
that.
baking it.
So it's okay. So he's like, well, Dee's not cooking that. I'm going to cook this piece, and I have all the vegetables. And so it's a meeting of the minds. And he has learned to wash his own pots and pans, and I am so very thankful. And I appreciate him. I appreciate it by saying to him, you are just so wonderful. Now, he doesn't know how to start the dishwasher, sweetheart. If you just put the dishes in the dishwasher any way you want.
Hey, Rachel is on with Kevin. Hey, Rachel.
Hey.
And she said we should actually use our dishwasher more. And Moses it has an on button. I ain't even fooling with it, Moses.
He does not know.
Look,
you know
the
what?
yard,
I don't want to push
dishwasher.
the fact that he actually.
But I am cooking. This is a big deal. Okay, so look, here's some lessons. 35 years of marriage. We got coming up this Sunday. We were going to have a big party, but coronavirus shut that down. I don't know what we're going to do. We'll probably do something with my son because he came over and brought a nice meal yesterday for Father's Day. We had social distance and we were able to talk and so forth. But we'll probably do something with him. But here's what we want to say. There are lessons we've learned in 35 years of marriage that have kept us going. Humor.
Lots of humor, please.
Respect. Mutual respect.
Yes.
Mutual respect. Never disrespectful. Never. And honoring our promises of Here are the places where you don't go. I don't holler at her. She doesn't threaten to leave me. That's in the book, chapter number, How to Agree About Disagreeing, where we almost broke up over Chinese food because we didn't have any rules, and we didn't have rules of engagement. Have rules of engagement, humor, respect, treat each other, communication. Here's one here. Be kind to each other. Be kind. We are kind to each other. And
if you like him, love him, you're kind to each other. I mean, I can't really say I get mad at you. You just annoy me. You just annoy me. I mean, does your mate ever just annoy you?
Because I won't do exactly what she wants to do.
And I always want him to do exactly. I admit that.
Look, David says good communication is very healthy. And cry is important. Yeah, you're right. A healthy cry. Well, look, but we communicate with each other. We talk to each other, and we're respectful. And I tell her every day I love her. Every day.
I'm respectful, even when I'm like, I don't agree with you. I don't want to do this.
Like tonight.
Yes.
Well, see how
but I did but I got my side of it out as to what
that's why I let you talk about it.
I so appreciate it.
So would y'all like us to talk next week about finances, money, and about setting up your life?
Well, I'm just saying.
But that was good? Okay, good.
In terms of what's going on now, one of the untalked about things, because everybody and all the couples, one partner might not be working and bringing in the same level of money. Yeah. And how is that impacting?
So then we got to talk about the money
and how to handle
and the fact that money has been tight for many people during this pandemic.
Yes. And we have employees and it's been tight.
Yeah.
Okay. And what we're doing just in terms of going through and reevaluating everything. Now, why am I anal? Also because I've been reviewing every account.
Anal, did I say anal? Did she ever say anal? Look, she's the type of person they say who will look at a Xerox.
They don't know what Xerox copy is. That's a whole nother generation.
Look for a copy of that's been made and look for errors in it. Look for typos.
Every penny, and I am not ashamed to.
All right, next week we're going to talk about the finances and how she has set it up that our marriage is.
Well, I'll just say this is how I do it now because I'm dealing with business and personal. Okay.
Okay.
So how I see the world, I think, and the business.
So next week, money,
is a little different because we have the business side and we have the personal side.
Yeah, we do. So we got business, we got personal, we got how do we do it, and then we'll get back around to sex. I'm always going to come back to sex because it's important. The Bible says the bed should not be undefiled. That means that it's okay for a married couple to have sex and have a lot of it. Okay, I'm with that.
Money influences the sex.
Hello.
So there's not financial security.
No romance without the finance. So I'm going back to go to work even tonight. I'm going back so I can make sure I get the romance. So I got to make sure the money is rolling in so I can keep her happy. Hey, look, our time is up. Thank y'all for y'all's.
Thank you for joining us.
We're so glad y'all joined. Thank you all, everybody who joins. Please continue to tell folks to join it. Share this link. Tell your friends and family members to join on. We're going to be honest about saving 1 million marriages, enhancing 1 million marriages, and we'll tell you next week about
and I'd like to get in the weeds about the money.
And we'll talk about what we did for our 35th wedding anniversary. Our 25th was interesting. We ate for dinner, our 25th, 7-Eleven, big gulp, and a bag of pretzels. Remember that?
That's because you were speaking.
And we replaced Keith Harrell, who was sick, my friend who ultimately passed away. But we were going from the speech to the airport. We didn't have time for dinner, and we were okay. We were together. Big bag of pretzels, a big gulp, and that was it.
We've given up pretzels.
We've given them up because we're trying to be.
Big gulp.
Trying to be. If you want a T-shirt, you want to order a T-shirt, you can get them on my website, williejolly.com or winwithwillie.com. Hope you listen to my XM show every Saturday at 4 o'clock, Monday morning 8 a.m., Tuesday evening at 6, and Wednesday morning 11. And every morning 8:20 Central Eastern Time, Get Up Morning with Erica Campbell, 7:20 Central Time with my Wake Up and Win with Dr. Willie Jolly. And we're talking about how to get through these crisis times. And how to
get through this together.
God bless y'all. Our time is up. See ya.
Jolly out.
Jolly out. God bless y'all.